Step into Jade's Digital Workshop, your cozy corner for mastering computer skills, understanding digital magic, and unlocking creativity in the digital world.
Welcome back. A great document starts with great formatting. Today, we cover the essential toolbar features, including fonts, styles, spacing, and alignment. Let's start with fonts and sizing. Okay, we're going to look at the variety of drop-down menus that we have within Google Documents that allow us to make these changes. While there are a ton of different fonts, we're going to stick to and look at some professional readable fonts such as Arial or Roboto for that serious work. Okay, but this isn't limited to just those. We do have other text options available. Before we make changes to our text, we do need to select it first. So you can see on my example, I do have essential text formatting already typed into my document. To select this, I'm going to click at the end of these words, okay? And with my mouse, I'm going to highlight that text. This will give us that blue box around the text, meaning that I am now able to make changes. After we've selected our text, we're going to go to this option on our toolbar at the top. This is our font area, okay, and this is where we can find all of the different fonts that Google Docs has to offer. If I click on this little arrow, it will give me a list of all the different fonts that there is available. But this isn't just the ones that we can use, we've also got the More Fonts option at the top. So we're going to go through this list and we're going to pick a different one to use today. So I am actually going to go to the spectral option and I'm going to go to the semi-bold. And we can see that this piece of text on our document has now changed. Okay, it is a subtle change. This is still classed as a professional font that a lot of organizations and companies use. So now that we've changed our font, okay, we're going to look at the size of our text. Because this is going to be a title to our document, I do want to make it that little bit bigger. To make the text bigger, we're going to go to this option which can be found to the right hand side of our font area. We have the minus and we have the plus. Okay, we've also got the number in the middle, which is currently telling us that our font size is size 11. So we are going to make this a little bit bigger, and I am going to go up to size 15. Okay, this is a reasonable size for font and for our title, sorry. Okay, because it does make it stand out from the rest of the text that we are going to be inputting today. So now that we have changed the font and we've changed the size, we are going to look at the power tools of Google Docs. So the power tools are not the screwdriver, the electric saw that you can find in your toolbox at home. These are the options that you can find to the right hand side of our text sizing. Our Google Docs power tools are B for bold, I for italics, and U for underline. Okay, so we're going to look through these now. So while my text is still selected, I'm going to go to the B and I'm going to click on it once. We can see that it's now made the text that little bit thicker, okay, easier to read, and it does make it stand out a little bit more. Next to the B, we have our italics, okay. So what this will do when we click on it once is it will add a slight tilt to our text, so it will tilt to the right hand side. And this is a great way and great tool to make pieces of text stand out that little bit more. Our third and final power tool is our underline. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one once, and that is going to add a solid line under our piece of text. Okay, there are different shortcuts for these three power tools. You have Control B on your keyboard. So that will be your bold. You have Control I, okay, and that is your italics. And then you've got your Control U, which is your underline. Okay, so moving on, we are going to press enter on our keyboard, okay, and that will give us a new paragraph line. So because I don't want to use the same formatting options that we have just selected, instead of going back through and deselecting or sizing down, we do have this option on the end. Sorry, I couldn't find it then. So we have this option here that says clear formatting. So if you click on that one, it will change everything back to the original. So we've gone back to Arial, we've gone back to size 11, and our power tools have been turned off. So next up, we are going to look at our alignment options. Okay, to look at our alignment options, we are going to add a little bit more text onto our document. Okay, so I'm just going to type out alignment options. We're going to go left, right, center, and justify. Okay, so the first alignment option that we've got is our left alignment. Okay, and this is currently what our alignment is on the document. So our title, we can make this stand out even more. We can change it from a left alignment to a center alignment. So again, we are going to select this piece of text because we don't want the whole document to change at the same time. So now that we've got this selected, we can go to the alignment option on our toolbar here, and we're going to go to the drop down menu. So we can see currently that we are on left alignment, and we're going to go to the next option, which is our center align. Okay, so if I click on that one, what it will do is it will move my text to the middle of the document. Okay, so this is a really good option for titles, subheadings, etc. So our center alignment will move everything into the middle. Okay, our right alignment, okay, it would move everything to the right hand side of the page. This is typically the case in regards to letters when you are inputting your own information or the company's information on the right hand side. Justify, okay, this will justify the spacing on the page itself. So it will look at the document as a whole and it will decide the best place to put the text. Okay, but for the case of this title, we are going to put it in the center. So there was a reason that I asked you to type out the alignment options, okay? Because the next thing we're going to look at is the option of a bullet point list. Okay, bullet point lists are really useful. You can write out your Christmas list, a shopping list, you name it, there's a bullet point list for it. Okay, and we do have 3 different bullets options. The first option that we have is our checklist menu. Okay, this will give us a square, so a little checklist on the page. Okay, and if I put in a word, for example, so checklist, this checklist option, that if you tick into that box, it will mark off that item from the list. So if you are going to use this option for your Christmas list, and you've bought your grandchild a pair of socks, for example, you can mark it off the list. So the next option that we have, okay, is we have the bullet point list. There are many different options that you have here, and you can also create your own. In this case, we are going to go to the arrows, okay, and we can see that a little arrow has been added into our page. As we add various items into our list, Okay, so every time that you want to create a new item on your list, you would press enter. You can see that it will pre-populate those bullets for you. The third option that we have, okay, this is our number list. So on number list, we have numbers and letters together. We have Roman numerals and letters. There are a variety of different formats that you can use. Okay, so we've got our number, and again, as you press enter, it will go on to the next bullet point. Okay, so what do you need to do if you've already got a list that you want to add into a bullet point list? So we're going to take this option here. Okay, so we've got 4 items that we're going to select. Okay, and we're going to go to one of our options. We are going to go to the bullet point list and we're going to go to the arrows. Okay, and we can see because we've selected that area here, it has changed all of it into a bullet point. But what we're going to do is we're going to click at the beginning of left. We're going to press enter. Okay, this will give us a second bullet point, but what we can do is we can add in layered bullet points. Okay, so now that you've got that second option, you are going to press tab, which is located on the left hand side of your keyboard above caps lock, and it will bring the bullet point list in. Okay, so you can have a list within a list. Okay. So to make the other items in the list, I'm just going to click at the beginning of them and I'm going to press enter each time. Okay, so you will be left with something like this. So another thing that we can do within our Google document is we've got something called line spacing. Okay, so line spacing is used to ensure that there is enough space in between your lines so it's easier for people to read. Okay, so I'm just going to add in a bit of text here just so we can use this option. So we can see here that after our bullet point list and our next sentence, that we want to break this up a little bit. We want to add in a bit of a bigger gap so it breaks it up. Okay, so we are going to select that line and the bullet point above it. Okay, when we've got these two selected, we are going to go to this option here. So it's the double arrow with the 3 lines, and this is our line and paragraph spacing. When I click on that one, we can see that we've got different options available. So currently it's 1.15, but I am going to go to 1.5. Okay, and we can see that it's just added a slightly bigger gap in between the end of our bullet points and the beginning of our next line. Okay. So the final bit that we are going to look at today is our use of headings and styles. Okay, if you're not entirely sure what kind of font you want to use, what kind of style you want to use, Google Docs has created something that you are free to use. So it's called our styles area. The styles area can be found next to font, and currently it says normal text. So there is a drop down menu. Okay, and we've got different options available here. So we have normal, title, subtitle, heading, heading 2, heading 3, and options. Okay, so you can see that there is a difference between all of these options. So we're going to click on to subtitle. Okay, and as I type out, you can see that this is changed. Okay, so the text color has changed, so they've used a color in this option. The size has changed, so that's gone up to a 15, and Arial is the font that they've used. You're now formatting like a pro. Up next, video 3 is all about working with others, sharing, and collaboration. Click the screen now to learn how to make your document shareable with others.